deciding that vandalism is now an act of specifically against Tesla, by the way, is wild. It's just ridiculous. Saying that you're going to prosecute and imprison and potentially send American citizens on trumped up charges to an El Salvador prison slave camp is
the latest now on Elon in the Trump administration. The New York Times reported yesterday that he was set to visit the Pentagon to get a briefing on Chinese war plans. That may have been reversed at this point, but he is still going to the Pentagon. I want to get all the details from Martha Raddatz, Chief Global Affairs Anchor. Good morning, Martha.
Good morning, George. The New York Times had reported late last night that Elon Musk would be briefed at the Pentagon today on top secret plans for any potential war with China, which would be an extraordinary expansion.
I like that the only impactful news coverage on this is like low-key because Elon has significant financial ties to China. Like the only reason why they care about this is because like they want to hit Elon, right? They want to hurt Elon. They want to hurt the Trump administration. And what they've decided, the most impactful way to do that basically is to, you know, tackle the issue from the perspective of Elon Musk is a Chinese asset, potentially, just like China baiting, red baiting. Nice.
Beyond the Doge responsibilities, given his business connections to China and the fact that those are very closely held secrets. But overnight, a fury of denials from the Trump administration, the president claiming the story is completely untrue, and Elon Musk calling the story pure propaganda, saying leakers will be prosecuted. But what is true is that Elon Musk will be at the Pentagon today. Secretary of Defense Pete Hegseth denying the meeting will be about China war plans. Instead, Hegseth saying it will be an informal meeting about innovation and efficiencies. Although last night, an official did tell ABC News that China would at least be mentioned in this meeting, and the meeting would be with the Joint Chiefs of Staff. It is unclear whether that is true anymore, Rebecca, but we do know Hegseth will be at the White House. Rebecca?
And we also know how important China is to Musk and his business Tesla, which had record sales there last year. All right, Martha, thank you.
A series of violent attacks on Tesla vehicles and property. Charges have been brought against 3 suspects. Our senior investigative correspondent Aaron Katersky is here with the details on that. Good morning, Aaron.
Good morning to you, Lindsay. As Attorney General's comparing violence and vandalism aimed at Tesla to domestic. And this morning, President Trump is warning anyone caught sabotaging a Tesla has a good chance of spending 20 years in prison. So far, 3 people do face arson and destruction charges for throwing Molotov cocktails at Tesla products in 3 states. Elon Musk says this is psycho, and he says he's ramping up security. Threat since Musk began leading Trump's effort to drastically shrink the federal government. Trump showcased Tesla at the White House. Now his Commerce Secretary is urging Americans to buy.
I do think it's kind of wild that Americans can only advocate for or against political issues on the basis of commodities. Like we genuinely don't have any other. I mean, I get it. Like commodities do rule our lives. Okay. Commodity production, I would say, is the underlying, like the relations that Americans have and all people have to how commodities are produced, perhaps is responsible for the way that our entire society is organized. But it is wild that like every battle that is being fought on the basis of what kind of products you consume, and what kind of products you consume says about you. This is just vandalism. Okay, what they're doing is vandalism. What people are doing is vandalism. That's what it is. Deciding that vandalism is now an act of specifically against Tesla, by the way, is wild. It's just ridiculous. Saying that you're going to prosecute and imprison and potentially send American citizens on trumped up charges to an El Salvador prison slave camp is, I don't know, it's just the most insane erosion of civil liberties. There's just no more normalcy at all. This is normal.
Tesla stock, which has lost nearly 40% of its value this year. And George, there's no let up by protesters, a group calling itself Tesla takedown is a week at Tesla showrooms all across the country, George.
Yeah, and real questions about whether it's appropriate for the Commerce Secretary to be telling Americans to buy Tesla stock. It appears to violate federal regulations. Thank you, Aaron.